Greetings, welcome to Full Moon Harvest number 6. This is a really interesting one for me because I've actually had an opportunity to put down the coding for a month. I've just been preparing for a DevOps Days talk I gave, and yeah, it's been like a social time, which has been really nice. Like really nice to get that opportunity. You might notice a little bit of a rebranding. I'll get into that in the blog post, but yeah, I've been thinking about my background with folk music and technology and how that kind of looks. Yeah, I mean, and so it's all based on this recent DevOps Days conference that I went to. It was the first one of its kind that I've been to. I found it really interesting because there's all these tools that the organizers use. For example, like Ignite Talks is like 5-minute presentations, and Open Spaces is really kind of like encouraging all kinds of people to voice their opinions. It's kind of like makes it feel like a very flat structure, like flat structure of ideas and people. You can have very open conversations, which I thought was awesome, and that sort of got me thinking about where I'm like, oh, this reminds me of something. It reminded me of my experience with folk festivals, like having started doing like commercial festivals, things like Splendor in the Grass. It used to be one of the biggest Australian commercial festivals, and then like I sort of discovered that the things about festivals that I really liked, I was much easier able to get out of alternate scenes and like folk festivals, sort of like these experiences where you're supposed to participate. It's kind of like, well, you sort of like it's kind of that flat structure. So everyone's creating, everyone's bringing something to the table. Is a lot more interactive than someone on a stage 100 meters away or something like that. Anyway, so sort of going into that in the blog post. This is my Kiama Sea Shanty Club. We sometimes we perform. It's not like a big thing. These are local folk festivals. We perform because we love seeing each other and singing together, that sort of thing. And yeah, so I just started like thinking about that, and thinking about technology and what's required to create those kinds of environments. And I suppose where I sort of landed was to create that kind of interactive, participatory, everyone sort of equal sort of environment. You need what I'm calling like tools of abundance, right? So like things like folk music, right? Things like guitars and stuff that anyone can pick up, anyone can learn. It's sort of like a requirement for this sort of for creating, right? For everyone to create together. And like thinking about that in technology, it's like, okay, well, in some ways we got that. Like we've got like going down a little bit, we've got like tools like Scratch and processing and these kinds of things. And the communities around these are really strong, right? Like the amazing thing about Scratch and the processing communities, like it's just like that. I mean, for myself, it's played a really pivotal role in how I see coding and how I see technology. However, the architecture that you tend to work with in these accessible programs tends to have a ceiling. So something that I found is I'd make my little Arduino robot. It'd be like really cool, and I could do all these things, and it's like really fun, like hobby, like weekend project. And then I'll be like, right, now I want to get serious. I want to turn this into a proper project, and that's when like the architecture just started to like really fall apart. I'd have this sort of like objects that I'm trying to stitch together, and I've got to do it all myself because I can copy other people's code, but then I've got to glue it together. So there's kind of like there's these limitations that I found with the architecture of these accessible programs. So talking a bit about that, and I mean, yeah. So my presentation, of course, my presentation is on Entity Component System. How I see ECS as actually being a way that we could solve some of these problems. Yeah, I won't rehash the whole talk, Yeah, if you want to watch it, it kind of just describing like, oh, okay, well, when we build like this, we sort of got these silos, and what we need is we need ways to integrate these programs together. And so there's all kinds of examples of this. A really simple one, just from the even as in this hobbyist environment, you could say like, for example, a Scratch program. You're creating a little AI character to run around and let's say go around a corner or something like that. And then it's like, oh, cool. Well, what would that look like in a robot? And then you got to rewrite it in Arduino because they're kind of completely separate ecosystems. And I mean, this just reminds me that in the '60s, this educator Seymour Papert, who really pushed this constructionist and project-based learning stuff forward. He was designing the Turtle program. That was the same program that would run on a screen and on a robot, right? For him, that was really important. Yeah, I mean, just being able to okay, you've got the screen for iteration, I guess, and the robot for embodiment and for oh, he's got a word for it, but it's like yeah. Anyway, it's a tangent, but using robotics can help you sort of feel like what it is to go left by actually physically moving left, or what 60 degrees feels like you know, this sort of body connection. He was very interested in robotics for that. And yeah, and it, like, so this is all stuff that, you know, people have been thinking about. You know, I talk a lot about Alan Kay. Like, this is stuff that people have been thinking about since software engineer, like since before the term software engineering was coined. So like this stuff's really old, and it just seems that we're not there yet. So yeah, so you got like Alan Kay. You got Alan Kay saying in 1997, you know, look at this dog, we're not there yet. Wow. Then if we could just go back, you say Alan Kay saying like, where was it? This, like, even this year, he's saying like,
what we don't
we're still not there.
Is
we're still not there yet. You know, so it's like
fallible.
Like, what is he saying? Like, what is exactly? What would that look like? You know, it's the sort of stuff I'm really interested in. And building with Beat. Yes. Anyway, so that's the blog post. That's pretty much it. Not much technically to discuss this month, which has been lovely. Just social stuff. But yeah, please jump into the Beatmash Discord if you're interested in chatting about this project. Yeah, I'd love to talk more.